right, here we go with another episode of the Slack Doctors. I am Dr. Chip, and my phone is ringing.
I am Dr. Bob, and you said Dr. Chicken Chip. That's it.
Yeah, Chicken Chip.
A little bit
Let
of
me turn this off so it stops
I got
making
excited.
noise.
I thought maybe somebody was calling the hotline.
Wouldn't that be cool? No, not quite. Just some guy that wants to trade me some stuff. But anyway, here we go with another episode of The World is on Fire. No, the Slack Doctors. We have so much stuff to talk about today. Have you got anything that you wanted to start off with, Dr. Bob?
I think everything I want to talk about is probably going to coincide with the stuff you want to talk about. But the weekend has been insane. I mean, not just
a little bit.
The fact that Pakistan and Afghanistan are openly at war, and that literally lasted for less than a half a day of a news cycle.
Yeah.
I mean, nobody cares. There's so many other things going on at the time.
Yeah, it's going to be known as the Sarajevo assassin that kicked off the Third World War, is what historians will say, because it's kicking off. It's crazy.
The amount of damage that was done to the Iranian government and leadership in one day, the number of officials that were supposedly all killed within hours of each other. I mean, They got Khomeini, they got the prime minister, the president.
I didn't hear about all that. I thought the president was.
There's a whole bunch.
Oh, really? I just heard about the Khomeini.
Of people that were all taken out essentially at once. On the heels of what we did in Venezuela with the Maduro, it's like this lightning fast, barely war. As the Venezuela one was just a snatch,
Yeah, but
on this one we take out the leader within a day.
Yeah, but dude, you realized he martyred himself. He didn't. He could have gone in a bunker.
Yeah. No, I know. I'm just saying the speed with which it seemed to take place.
Oh yeah. They're not.
It's almost unprecedented.
Around. They're not fooling around. It's World War III, straight up. It's crazy.
The actions in Iran did bleed over into Pakistan, though. Did you hear about the U.S. embassy in Pakistan that was stormed by Shiites, and like 22 of them were shot and killed?
Yeah, I heard about that. But I mean, they were trying to just do another Benghazi, but without the planning and the armaments that they, it was,
right.
Yeah, and then of course you got to talk about the guy that shot the bar up in Austin, which look.
Yeah.
It's so obviously a false flag Zionist thing. It's like they picked the wrong kind of Muslim, didn't they?
That guy's name is literally so hard to pronounce. Dianye?
I don't care. I don't know. I don't care.
I even have it written down.
But looking at it, isn't he the wrong kind of Muslim? Like, wouldn't he be celebrating the fact that they killed the Iranian guys?
Interesting that you would that is literally something I did a minor bit of research, even as unprepared as we typically are. So that guy is he's been here since 2013.
Right.
He's Senegalese, so he's from Senegal.
Yeah.
Now, Senegal is primarily Sunni Muslim, but there are Shia Muslims there, and I'm assuming that he would be one of them if he's this highly opposed, because the two spots that are kicking off right now, Iran and in Pakistan, both Shia. The place where that lets us put military bases all over their countries, all Sunni.
Yep.
Again, it goes back to the schism in Islam itself. They're not pals.
Well, and I think this is going to be covered on one of the videos I have, but one of the problem. Well, no, actually, it isn't, because I think I just watched it. But one of the biggest problems is Pakistan and Iran. They're getting pushed into the arms of China. And if the Saudis are pissed off now because Iran's now shooting retribution missiles at them, and so the Saudis, if they go into the arms of China too, that's a big problem, because that's the end of the petrodollar. So I don't know, the whole thing's so crazy. But before we get too deep in the weeds with the international politics and stuff like that, let's talk about copyrights. Copyright infringement and
it's a confusing subject.
Well, it's the blatant hypocrisy and nonsensical policies of all these stupid platforms that just don't make any sense whatsoever. Like, especially they'll have now seen the episode that we tried to play a clip of a Western skit they wouldn't let us. There are little sections of it they let us put on the episode, but most of it they wouldn't let us show. And I would think that those people made it to show people. I don't understand the restriction of no, don't show this clip that we made to be shown. It doesn't make much sense.
Yeah, I don't understand. I mean, it would be one thing if our channel was monetized, which it's not yet. But I mean, if we were actually earning money by showing that material, then I guess they could either demand a portion of that or strike it down and want it all for themselves.
Well, they didn't ask for any money though, right? They just said don't use it, right?
Yeah, they just said don't use it. And we've used material before, and now I'm putting the disclaimer in our descriptions about the Fair Use Copyright Act, and I'm doing my best to adhere to what I believe my interpretation of that is, but I guess we still have some things to learn. It's a process.
And again, of all the platforms we're on, YouTube's the only one we have a problem with. Every other one's they don't care, or it's just
and by far the most stringent for sure.
Yeah, so
I'm convinced that Rumble simply doesn't care what you do on the platform. Nothing that we've ever put there has ever been questioned. Like, not even said, "Oh, you have copyrighted material," but it's okay. Like not even bringing it up. Like I told you earlier today, I'm pretty convinced you could go on Rumble. Say, hey guys, got something cool we just found out. Check this out. And just play Star Wars, the original. You know what I mean? Just play it for 2 hours.
Yeah, I swear on YouTube now, I watch movies all the time. I don't know if somebody's paying to put them on there, but yeah, I watch old movies all the time on YouTube now. I don't know how they get away with that.
I don't either.
I don't.
And I've watched full-length movies on YouTube too. And when you look at the name of the channel, it's not like it's the channel owned by Paramount.
Yeah.
You know. It's not
you know what?
YouTube or anything.
Maybe they're not in this country. That could be because then I don't think the copyright laws apply other than in the country. So yeah, if they're playing them from Korea or Vietnam or something, yeah, maybe you can get away with it.
Now, this whole copyright situation is something we might want to bring to the attention, or at least ask the advice of John.
Right.
He might be able to answer some of this for us.
Good point.
Yeah.
But before we forget, 904-549-9024 for leaving comments. But the other day, all right, so I had to renew our corporate something. I don't know. Our accountant says you got to renew before May. I'm like, okay. So I go to sunbiz.org and you got to renew your corporation. So I'm filling out all the fields, jumping through all the hoops, doing all the bureaucratic bullshit. And I get to a field that asks for our tax number or whatever, which is, I have to go look that up. And I get it, and I'm trying to put it in this field, but the field isn't letting me. And finally, I have to click on something that says I want to change it to put it in there, which I do, okay, I don't know. If I'm changing it from something else to what it's supposed to be, that's fine. So after I get it done, everything's done. I pay for it. Everything, all the emails are done. I get a notice or an email that they're worried that I didn't that I changed something I might not want to have or something like that. And if I have any questions, I should call this number. So I'm like, well, I don't know. Maybe I'll just call and make sure I didn't screw up anything. So I call this number, and of course you get the prompt: press this, press that, press this, press that. Okay, now you're on hold. And I believe they said, God, this is where I'm going to screw this up. But I'm pretty sure they said there are 21 people in front of you, and your estimated wait time is 7 minutes. Yeah, that's what exactly. That's like wait.
I think not.
Wait, that's literally like 3 people a minute. Like I'm going to be way more in a minute. I mean, let alone 3. I listened to that. I was like, what? I didn't even wait. I didn't wait 2 minutes, let alone 7 minutes. But I was like, that just can't be. That can't be right.
I'm surprised you weren't just immediately connected to some horrible AI that would make a stupid attempt to answer your question.
I don't know.
Get everything wrong.
I don't know. It was so weird that when it said that, I was like, wait a minute. It was 21 people actually. I think because it was actually no. I think it was 20. But I was like, that's 3 people a minute. There's no way. There's no way they can do that. That's insane. Anyway, So I've got a slew of videos to show.
He always ends up in places. That's the thing. He's always in the right place.
He's long been in the right place at the right time.
There was one phone call I was on with a guy who was talking my ear off back in 2022. Another one of those like shiver up the spines, because this was after I'd read the Abbott piece. I was on this with Steve Bannon.
Let's skip this part. I want to get to the Steve Bannon.
I've seen a lot of shit.
Steve Bannon part.
They're following up emails on here where he's sending Jeffrey articles and saying, well, this makes you sound like you're contrite, and talking about all this stuff. And then he films them on camera for what was reported to be up to 18 hours worth of footage. We have like 2 to 4 hours of it or something through the files. This is a guy, Bannon, who, like I said, goes way back to the 80s with all these people. Is he a spy? Like, I've always believed that. Do you think that's plausible?
Plausible, sure. Likely, I can't imagine.
Why?
Because at the position that he was, counselor to the president, he would have been vetted, should have been vetted 9 ways from Sunday.
No,
should have been. The FBI should have been all over this. Of course, my
you want to pause it?
The FBI, so.
Did you say pause it?
No. It freezes, and then nothing happens for a few minutes, and then it starts up again, and I can hear it. Whatever. Just play the I guess.
But Howard, you say that Howard Lutnick's the commerce advisor.
Yeah,
Leon Black's son works in the fucking administration. Yeah. These are vetting 101.
Yeah, you're right. Sure, it's plausible. I'm trying to think what the hook would be, what the vulnerability would be to recruit him, because Bannon's almost a billionaire, right? He owns the rights to Seinfeld and a whole bunch of other things. He's worth, the last I saw several years ago, he was worth $750 million. So you're not going to recruit him with money.
Unless he was recruited before he got it.
Okay, that's a good point.
Do you want to know where to invest $1,000 right now?
6 seconds.
Goldman Sachs says that Elon Musk.
He always ends up in places. That's the thing. He's always in the right place.
He's long been in the right place at the right time.
There was one phone call I was on with a guy who was talking my ear off back in 2022. Another one of those like shiver up the spines, because this was after I'd read the Abbott piece. I was onto this with Steve Bannon. And this dude was listing off a whole bunch of things, and he starts talking about this guy, Brock, Mighty Ducks, Brock guy. Can we Google that? Brock Pierce. Brock Pierce. You know about Brock Pierce? No. Brock Pierce is worth a fuck ton of money. Made it. He was a Mighty Ducks actor. Ends up, I'm going to really shorten this up for people, but he ends up in a partnership business-wise with this guy who ends up having these parties out in Hollywood where the guy is raping boys, underage boys.
My God.
And that ends up coming out, and then they all flee to Spain. That guy ends up getting arrested. I think he stands trial or makes a deal or something, and then eventually gets permission to leave the country for some sort of surgery and never comes back and gets a new name.
Oh, my
But
goodness.
Brock, can you pull up his Wikipedia, Deef? Because now it's in there, and this is starting to like break open. I've been telling people to pull on this, but go down, Deef. Brock ends up a little more. Right, and then up a little more. Yeah. Okay. So Brock ends up founding in 2001. Now I'm going right off Wikipedia, people. He founded Internet Gaming Entertainment, a company that pioneered the MMORPG currency selling services industry. Between 2004 and 2005, IGE spent more than $25 million buying out 7 smaller competitors, including 4 auction platforms and many fan and content sites. In 2005, Pierce estimated that IGE accounted for about 50% of this online market in the U.S., which has about $500 million in annual volume. Pierce brought in Steve Bannon, formerly of Goldman Sachs and Breitbart News, to seek venture capital, and a deal was made in February 2006, yielding $60 million, of which Pierce took away $20 million for a minority stake. The next year, the company faced a class action lawsuit with no assets. The company failed, and Pierce was conveniently forced out. Now go down to the Epstein section, Beef. In February 2026, an investigation by the Kyiv Independent and newly released U.S. Department of Justice documents on Jeffrey Epstein reported that the files included an email in which a man identified as Pierce, described as a co-founder of Tether, told Epstein that a boat in Antigua full of amazing Ukraine's finest was waiting for him. A separate analysis of this.
What's that?
Nothing. It cuts out. I have no idea what they're talking about.
Well, basically, what they're talking about here, let me explain to you. You'll be able to see it later when you watch the playback. But basically, what they're talking about is Bannon is involved with this guy that basically started modern video games, like or whatever. But it gets into the whole thing about how Bannon made his money selling World of Warcraft gold, and apparently they were also using that somehow to launder money to Ukraine or something like that, and all this different stuff. It's pretty wild. It's pretty insane. It only goes on for a few more minutes,
right.
but yeah, it's
we used to call them Chinese gold farmers, but I remember back in the early.
All right, hold on. I got to switch you back. Actually, forget it. Go ahead.
I remember back in the early days of WoW running into people that were literally, that's all they were doing was farming for gold. They wouldn't speak to you. And I think now they have bots that do it, but.
Right.
So that's been going on for ages.
All right. Well, so anyway, that was the point of that one, and basically pointing out the World of Warcraft gold, that we may have been helping them launder. I don't know how much of that stuff you bought, but I bought some of it. But anyway, I wanted to play this one clip of Tim Dillon gold. I hope you can hear and see this, but this will be great.
This is Dick Durbin here talking about Kash Patel is a complete fraud. He's not running the FBI at all.
FBI Director Kash Patel has shamelessly exploited the FBI's private government jet, including a golf getaway in Scotland and a trip to watch his girlfriend
I can't hear it.
A wrestling match.
I can see it.
His girlfriend perform a wrestling match.
Savannah Guthrie better hope her mother is being held at a golf course. Yeah, I mean, look at this. Look at this. This is, make this bigger. Savannah Guthrie's mother is in a shed. Do you think he thought Savannah Guthrie's mother was in the locker room? He's gallivanting all over the globe on taxpayer money. Where's Savannah Guthrie's fucking mother? She better hope her mother is being held where Kash Patel is going to see his girlfriend do backyard wrestling on government money. And they told him he could do this, by the way. They said, you just jet set around the globe and act like an idiot because you're not allowed to run the FBI. You're not handling the Epstein files. You're not handling any of this shit. This is...
So you didn't hear any of that?
Every 15 seconds, I could hear it for a couple of seconds.
God, that's so weird that his sharing doesn't work. It worked the other way when you would share with us.
Yep.
I can only think the fact is that you're not plugged into your direct internet is the only reason you're not getting this stuff. But anyway.
Never have been, though.
Why is the...
Anyway, let's see. What else do I got? Oh, yeah. So this one, I don't know. I don't have to even play this whole thing. But it basically, they're just... Finally, Fox News is asking why... is questioning whether Jeffrey Epstein killed himself or not. Here, come show me how to get back into, how do I, wait a minute. I got to figure out how to, wait a minute. Oh, that's right. You go back over here and then you got to go stop sharing. And then you got to go full screen on this one though.
Yeah, you successfully stopped sharing.
Yeah, there we go. But anyway, so basically, and here's the thing. The Fox is even talking about whether he got, he committed suicide or got killed or not. I still think he's alive. I swear he's alive. And here's what I think here's my thinking behind that. He was in Israel. He was free and clear. Before the sweetheart deal, there's no reason for him to come back to this country. Absolutely none. And the only reason he came back was because somebody made some guarantees. I guarantee you somebody made some guarantees and said, look, go back. You'll be okay. We'll take care of you. No matter what happens, we're going to make sure you're made whole, however they put it. But I guarantee you, once they put him in jail, he was like, look, I'm only going to, spend so much time in jail before I start spilling the beans. So you better get me out of here and get me back to my, the island next to my island. So, yeah, I don't know. I don't think he's dead at all. I think he's definitely still alive. You still with us?
Yeah, I'm still here. I agree. I also don't. I'm really in a foul mood right now because every single thing we've done today has not worked. And we've been at it for an hour and a half already, and I feel like this really sucks. Probably the worst episode we've ever done.
Well, anyway, I mean, we're gonna edit out all the bad parts.
Yeah, okay, so this will be a 26-minute episode.
Well, I don't know. We've been getting content in between the technical difficulties, but technical gremlins, dude. I'm telling you, these wizards and their digital shit. It's just it's not perfected, and that's some of the other stuff I was going to share is about stuff like Peter Thiel taking over and being Big Brother and stuff like that, and as we can see, I mean there's lots of technology that they say works great, but how great does it really work? I don't know. But again, I think you should just plug directly into the internet. I think it's the Wi-Fi that's fucking you up. But
well, it's too late right now.
Yeah, right. Well, I'm surprised you've been doing it Wi-Fi this whole time. Well, that's right. You weren't doing it though because you didn't have the laptop the whole time, right?
No, but when I was using my phone, that was Wi-Fi.
Yeah, but I think phones just connect better. They're kind of designed to connect better and stay connected better or something. I don't know.
I don't think they're designed to connect better to Wi-Fi than a laptop is.
Well, it's funny. When I turn this laptop on, it connects to the same exact Wi-Fi that my other computer is on, and this one goes full bars, like as much Wi-Fi as you can get. My PC computer has got 1 bar all the time, and it drops out all the time. Like every once in a while, you get the wheel, and it's like, oh shit. And sometimes you got to reset stuff. So yeah, I don't know. Wi-Fi is definitely not. It's not perfected. It's an art form, and they're still working on it.
Yep. Now you're fine. You're back. Whatever you said for the last 45 seconds.
Yeah, that's got to be on your end because it seems. Well, I don't know. I don't know what's working fine or not here because we're just looking at. But yeah, that's wild. All right. Well, listen. Just for your sanity and your sake, let's cut this one a little short, and we'll try to figure out what's going on technically. And next episode will come in guns a-blazing, clips a-blazing.
Yeah, and I know we talked about
a-blazing.
wanting to check out cameras and stuff, running in experiments. The last fucking thing I want to do now is just get one more fucking.
I think that's kind of. I don't think that would really. I don't think that's necessary anyway. I'm sure these things should work fine with those cameras. I mean, if if anything works at all, it should work fine. But yeah, I looked at it. It's got the connection I need, so I'm happy with those cameras. If you want to get us some, but yeah, imagine. I wonder if this would be easier if I was zooming in. And then, using my other PC to play the videos. Who knows? Who knows?
Thanks, guys. I don't know what else to say.
Right. Yeah, I hear you. All right, we'll catch you guys next time. Hopefully, we'll have better connections.